Hey guys! Today we're going to be doing an all about me post. I realized I hadn't done one and it'd be kind of fun, so officially welcome to my all about me video. So now we're going to do a deep dive into basic facts about me. So I'm 17 years old and I live in California, and I live in Southern California to be exact, and I live around an hour outside of LA, so it's pretty close to get there. My most favorite thing about California is probably the weather, because it's most of the year it's perfect. Like, it's perfect in the 70s and 80s, and then in the summer it gets really, really hot, but at least it's dry. Because if it isn't dry, then I get eaten up by mosquitoes, and that's really unpleasant. Other than the weather, my favorite food is probably noodles and soup and sandwiches, and I really love any kind of noodle, whether it's pho or if it's spaghetti. And soup is so versatile as well, just like noodles, because they are correlated. Sandwiches, I really love Subway sandwiches and just different kinds of bread. Like, I really love rye bread. I forgot to put it down for hobbies, but I do really love eating for a hobby. I'm not even sure if that counts, but I think it does count. Some of my other hobbies include music, which I've released quite a few shorts about, but I haven't released any actual songs yet. But that's something I'm planning to do in the future. Some other hobbies of mine are exercising, creating, and being outdoors. I love being outside and riding my bike and running and doing triathlons and just doing random races that I find online with my friends. If I'm not running around, I'm probably creating something like this video. But I really do love running around. So I ended up playing softball when I was younger, when I was 12, which is pretty late to start softball, but I practiced really hard and I got on a travel team and I was able to play for several years, and that was really fun. I might have to make some videos about my experience with softball and travel, especially because rec and travel are two completely different beasts. Because I love softball so much, I also got into baseball too, and I love watching the Dodgers, especially Ohtani right now, and I think it's super cool that I have the same jersey number as he does. P.S. If you're an Angels fan, I am so sorry, but your team sucks. Like, really, really bad. Anyway, in my free time, if I have any, I usually go down to PetSmart and I volunteer and play with the cats there. And it's super, super fun. It's this little non-profit organization that's run through PetSmart, and the cats are so adorable, and they're already there waiting to be adopted, and they all have different personalities, and I just love getting to know them. I have personally 3 fish. I don't have any cats right now. I used to have 2 cats, but they passed away because they were really old. I think they were one of them was like 12 and the other one was 15. So that's pretty old for cats. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to get more pets because I just love them. They're a lot of work though, but I would really love to have a pet. Goat, rat, or I don't even know. I just want so many pets, but I have to tell myself, and then you have to take care of them, and they're just a lot of work, but I can't wait for that. Besides pets that I love, the people that I love. So my best friend is Cora, and we've been friends since we were 1 and we met at daycare, and she's my ride or die bestie. Like, we've done everything together. We've gone on vacation, we've gone on road trips, we've done crafts. I've literally done everything with her. She's kind of like a cousin, and she's kind of like a best friend / sister aunt. Like, it's like this weird thing you can't quite describe, but she's basically family to me. I'll have to insert a picture later of my favorite picture of her, because maybe I did, and I drew her up close to the camera, and it's her least favorite picture, but it's my most favorite one because it cracks me up every single time I look at it. It just brings me joy. I'm sorry, Cora. I hope to have Cora in one of my upcoming videos, which would be so exciting. She's creative with her writing and some of the crafts that she makes, like they're truly incredible. Speaking of crafting, I love crafting too, and maybe I'll even make a draw my life, because I feel like that would be a really great way to show you guys my experiences and how I grew up, and like my school stories and all of that, because if you guys don't know, I'm homeschooled and I'm going to community college as well, and so it's called dual enrollment here in the US, and it's very interesting, and I feel like it's an experience not a lot of people have and not a lot of people talk about, so I think that'd be pretty cool to make a video about. Some other video ideas I have are just doing vlogs and maybe baking. I'm not the greatest baker, but I do love sweet treats. Now, moving on to artsy stuff. I love artsy stuff. I am a big arts person. If you know me, I love humanities, anything. History, language, writing, that's all my jam. When it comes to STEM, it's not that I'm bad at STEM stuff. Like, I really do enjoy science and math, but not to the extent that I love writing and arts and crafts. So anyway, I love music, and I started playing piano around 5 years old. I remember it was like, oh, I really want to play piano, and we had a stand-up piano in my house, and I started trying to play the keys, and I eventually got a teacher to help me, and I passed eventually all levels of Certificate of Merit, which is a test that you can take each year, and it tests your repertoire and your skill level, and it gets harder each year and each test, and you'll play different songs from different periods of music, and it really shapes you as a musician, especially in a classical sense, and you get to know how and why things work the way they work in music. I am a big lover of music theory, which is weird to a lot of people, but I do really enjoy it, mostly because I'm good at it, and I like a lot of things I'm good at. I think that makes sense, but if you guys have any questions about music theory, you can drop them in the comments, and I'll try and answer them for you. Other than that, I just really enjoy writing pop and songs and melodies, because not everything is classical, but it does tie back to classical pretty much all the time. And I feel like once you learn classical, you're well versed in every other kind of music, but it does take skill to learn the others, but it gives you a good foundation. As for painting, I love painting. I've been an arts and craft person forever. I love dioramas and just working with my hands. The more I've gotten older, I don't really enjoy touching sticky things, mostly because I try to be clean, which is really weird, but I don't like the feel of like the clay under my nails. It feels icky to me. But I do love painting, and I love oils because I feel like you can get some of the most realistic looking people and portraits to come out, and they just look so amazing to me. Other than that, I draw characters when I'm not supposed to on like assignments and notes and during class, mostly because I get bored and I think it's really fun, and then people always wonder what I'm drawing, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't actually paying attention to class, but it's okay. I have worked with other mediums like watercolor and pastels, but I really enjoy working mostly with oil painting. Acrylics are okay. I like anything that's very forgiving, because once it's forgiving, I feel like a sense of relief, and I feel like I can mess up and it's okay to mess up. Because I am a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to art, which sounds strange because that's almost the opposite of artistic, but I guess I'm just really strict in what I think looks good. And last but not least, writing, which ties everything together, really. I love writing stories and short stories and fictional things, mostly because I think it's really fun to kind of live in your head and create these different worlds, like a reality that isn't actually your reality. And most of my writings are very short because I am a bit impatient when it comes to finishing projects, and that's why I can never finish my stories. So I turn to songs and poems, and that's what I'm really good at. When I do write short stories, they are some of the weirdest stories in the world. Like, I'm not quite sure what is wrong with my brain sometimes, but I do enjoy metaphors and allusions to different people, different places, dates, and times. I think it's really fun to leave clues and then have people go and look them up. I like it when everything's an allegory as well. I would like to talk about my song process in the future because it's very similar to Conan Gray's, actually, which is probably why I'm such a fan of him. I love Conan Gray to death. I am so excited that I will be able to see him on the Wishbone tour, and I cannot wait. If you didn't already see it, I also got tickets to one of my other favorite artists, Leve, and I hope I said her name right, but she's one of my most favorite artists as well, and I was singing Lover Girl, and her songs are actually pretty alto-friendly, and it's very hard to find alto-friendly songs. I was trying to make a karaoke list the other day, and it was so hard to find songs where you can have an alto and like be the main person singing the song. And my friend's a soprano, so it's always just interesting to see how our voices connect. Moving on to dreams. And I am a big dreamer, and I love trying to be optimistic and setting goals for myself, because I feel like when I have a goal, I am determined to accomplish it. My go-to phrase when I need to tell myself I'm going to be doing something, I say, I'm doing it. Not quite like Nike saying just do it, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it now, and I'm going to complete it. Because when I get myself into that mindset, I feel like I can accomplish anything. Some of my dreams include releasing original music, and I really hope that happens in the future. Like, I want to do it professionally. I want it to have nice artwork. I want it to have nice lyric videos, and I really hope that happens because I work really hard on a lot of my songs, and I'm a very lyric-based person. So if that ever happened in the future, I would be so excited. Hopefully future me knows what's gonna happen and can look back and be like, yay, we did it. Another one of my goals, because I am very into fitness, is doing a half Ironman. I think doing a half Ironman would be so fun. I know I can do it. At least I think I can. I have done triathlons, and I ran a marathon. I've run half marathons, so I feel like that's definitely somewhere in my future, and I cannot wait for when that actually happens. I had this goal to complete one when I turned 18 for my birthday, and we'll see if that happens. There's still time. One of my life goals is to continue to play any instrument, and so whether that's guitar or piano. I personally find guitar easier to write songs on, mostly because I know more basic chords on it, and I feel like there's more to be learned, so I might stick with that more. However, I'm better at piano, and I still have a love for classical and jazz, so maybe I'll continue to play that. Hopefully both. To go along with that, I would also love to continue writing. And I don't think I can ever stop writing because I've always been a writer. So songwriting or just writing short stories or poems. I mostly write songs because I think combining music and lyrics is very artistic, and it gets me in a creative flow, and it gets me out of like the rut and my mental state of just not doing anything. But aside from life goals, I would kind of like to get a degree. And I've been working towards it. I'm going to get an associate's and a transfer degree, one for commercial music, the other for business. And so hopefully I can get a bachelor's, which would be really, really nice. After a lot of work, I've been doing so many summer classes and I've been bogged down with work, and I just cannot wait for all of my school to be over. But I'm also not that excited about joining the workforce either. So now for my bucket list goals and maybe some more life goals. I don't quite know what to call them, but I would love to travel to every continent. I feel like I want to be one of those traveler people. And I want to just say, I'm like, I've been, and I have the pictures, and I have the photo album, and I can craft it all, and I will be like, yeah, I went to every continent. I believe I've been to 3. I've been North America, yeah, and then I've been to Europe, I've been to Asia. So hopefully I can go to some more, because that would be amazing. Another goal is to buy a house. Now, there's no need for buying a house right now because I have a place to live. But in the future, I would love to get a house. And I want it preferably by the beach. And I can surf and definitely be a California girl. And then in the house, I would love to have a pig and a goat. Either or both, or maybe more. I have no idea. But I would really love them. I heard that they're kind of like almost like dogs, like pigs and goats are, but maybe they're not. I don't know, but they're so sweet and they're so cute, and the goats are more fluffy, I think. They're like more furry to pet. The pigs are more coarse, but I'd still love to have them. Ooh, even a rat or a rabbit. There's so many animals I want. I'm definitely an animal person, but I do love connecting with people too, and I would love to connect with more people. And I love doing that by giving back to my community and having fun and volunteering as much as I can. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me as a creator that's just starting out. Well, you guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Bye!